Hi everyone, so welcome to day 2 of week April 20th to the 24th. So we're going to start with reading. Reading about time and sequence. Using time and sequence words will help you understand how events in history are connected. So read the cartoon below. What is happening? How are the events related? First, the Vikings sailed to North America. Next, they started a settlement. So they started building their own little town and their own little community. After a few difficult years, the Vikings gave up and returned home. So first they went to North America, kind of settled down, got ready, and then they're like, forget it, and they went back home. So what is happening? How are the events related? How are all 3 of these events related together? So read the cartoon again. Notice the signal words that are being used. Now fill in the chart by writing the events in the order in which they happened. So first, the Vikings sailed to North America. First would be your signal word. Next, they started a settlement. So next would be your signal word. And then after would be your next signal word. So first, Vikings. And you can write this however you want. I'm just going to try and fill it out as I go. To North America. I'm trying not to copy it word for word, but it's very straightforward. First, the Vikings sailed to North America. Next, the Vikings, and I'll change it up on this one, built a community there. I'll put Vikings settled down and built a community there. Now, the last one. After a few years, the Vikings decided to go home. Okay, so now that you have your sentences, you'll come down. Think about the second and third things that happened in this cartoon. So they settled down and built their own little town and community, and then they just decided to pick up and go back to where they came from, back to their home. What is the relationship between those 2 events? So what was happening? What was in common? What was the relationship between those 2 things? And was the last event, the third event, what you expected? Did you expect them to go home? I didn't. So just think about that. Talk to somebody about that. Academic talk. So make sure you're using words like the sequence, like the order that things come in, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Relationships between how them first going to North America, settling down, and then them deciding to leave, how those are all somehow intertwined and connected. And then historical, like the history behind it, to talk about those things. Okay, now we're going on to social studies. So for social studies, all you're doing is reading the passage and underlining details that you think are important. You can highlight them, underline them, circle them, whatever way that you find is the best. And then keep going down to this one. And that is your social studies.